What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Blinkers Off. Well, Magic, you're still here.
I'm still here. Boy, it's like I've become your new co-host. Yeah, you're almost my new co-host, and yeah, it's kind of fun. How you doing today, buddy?
I'm doing great, doing great. I'm just at home for now, leaving soon, but at home for now, watching these Saratoga races, and it's like, oh, I'm oh so close, and all four of them that have ran so far, but they're running 10 today, and we still got time to make up for a couple of close misses here early on, but I'm doing great. What about yourself? Are you honored to be back for the second straight week?
I am. Yeah, I mean, I'm honored because it's Saratoga opening day, opening weekend. This is the one time when everybody wants to be on, other than the Derby, to talk. So yeah, I'm very honored to be on. I'm excited. Listen, if you did the Magic Mike Show early, pick 5, the Wesley Ward horse beat us to the punch in the second race. And then that fourth race there that we just saw a few minutes ago, Joel Rosario, an all-time just shit ride on the horse. It was clearly the best. Didn't get the job done. So we would have lost anyways, but I'm glad we didn't lose on that race.
Yeah, I'm watching the replay back as you talk, because it just happened like 5-10 minutes ago. And it's just like, I don't really know what the plan was there. Just kind of run up behind horses seemed to be. But that one was frustrating because I did think about playing Snow Island, on the ticket originally before I kind of took it off and reworked it. So yeah, it is what it is, right? It was a pretty good ride on who rode the 6? I can't remember now. Kendrick Carmouche. Mm-hmm. He kind of made an early move and just kind of swooped that field. And we talked about, look, it's not a great field, and something like a good ride can win a race like that, and it did. So what are you going to do, right? But listen, we're moving on. We get the late pick 5 coming up here soon. We're on race 5 at Saratoga, but we're going to talk about the weekend action, what's coming up. We're going to cover a couple of races on Friday and on Saturday. It's pretty much an all Saratoga show, Magic. We're just going to go through the big opening weekend cards. So starting with the Diana and then going all the way through to the races on Friday and Saturday. So I guess we can just get going. Are you ready?
Wait, so we're not going to Belterra Park for the Vivacious Handicap tomorrow?
We could do that if you want to. It's totally up to you.
We'll save it for the end. We'll see if we have time for it. How about that?
Okay, well, I'll make sure to go really, really slow. All right, I don't know. Let's see. He says, let's go. And then we do some kind of read usually, don't we? But I don't have it. So let's go in. Let's go on. All right, guys, let's kick it off. We're going to kick it off the first grade 1 of the year at Saratoga, I should say. And it's going to be happening on Saturday, race 8 on the card. It's the Diana. Like I said, it is a grade 1, $500,000 purse here, going a mile and an eighth. Field of 6 for Chad Browns. No surprise there if you've been following the NYRA circuit. That's kind of how that works. All right, Magic, I think it's a tricky race. Very curious to hear your thoughts on it.
I mean, well, first off, you look at this and you see 4 Chad Browns, and it's crazy. But then the NYRA had the stat. He's had at least 2 horses in this race every year since 2013. This is the 10th straight year Chad Brown has put at least 2 horses in this race. To even have 2 quality horses, let alone 1, to go into the Diana. This is a guy that's won in this race 6 times. He won it. It was Lady Eli's Sister Charlie twice, and then Rushing Fall finally got the job done. So, yes, you look at this and you should look for the Chad Browns, but it's tricky because you go with technical analysis and she's got a career best buyer last time out. That was second off the layoff. Now she's third off the layoff at H4. Jose Ortiz seems to fit her perfectly. That buyer matches Bleecker Street's that Bleecker Street got for winning a grade 1. So you've got that to match. I kind of wonder, though, buyers versus time form, Aaron, what is technical analysis' time form for winning the Gallarette? Because I feel like that 96 buyer is a little too high.
She got a 121 for time form for winning the Gallarette. Wow. And if you compare that to Bleecker Street, who won the New York Stakes, she got a 119. So they rated that race pretty darn high on time form as well.
So then I'm wrong. It wasn't an overinflated number. If the 2 of them, that's usually, I think, if something's overrated, I think, what does time form say? So, you've got that going. But then there's the issue about the pace. The biggest X factor for me in all of this, Aaron, is not a Chad Brown. It's the 5, Delica. What is Ricardo going to do on that filly? Does he press her to try and ensure the honest pace, like she's done in the past? I think this sets up for the horses that I like. But if she doesn't, and it's left to be the 1 and the 6, who I think is kind of cheap speed here, I don't really know. I feel like the 6 is in this race, Aaron, in case the 5 decides to try and do suicide to protect the 1. But other than that, to me, it's what is the 5 going to do? And from there, you kind of have to handicap from that point.
I kind of feel like they're going to go a little bit faster than what you would think for a 6-horse turf race going 2 turns. I do think, honestly, the fastest horse in the race, I think, is the 6. But she's had some trouble finishing against the fillies. I don't know how she's going to finish in this race. I'm not sure about the 1.125 miles for this horse as well. They kept this horse at a mile. Now we're going 1.125 miles. So I was off the 6 as far as playing her to win, but I think she's got a shot in this spot.
Well, yeah, it's a big question too. Is if Chad Brown, we're doing this on Thursday. If Saturday morning we find out Chad Brown scratched the 1 or the 6, and if he scratches 1, I think he scratches. If he scratches one of those horses, I think the 6 scratches and the 1 technical analysis stays in. But based off of what the information we have now, we have to say this is going to be an honest pace, despite the 2 of the 3 being Chad Brown horses. My top pick is Rougier, the 4-horse. I refuse to believe that she will not win a grade 1 in North America. This horse already got that grade 3 win. Loved her in the grade 1 New York last out, and she kind of didn't have a good time. But whatever the issue was, now we're catching her at a price. She's 3-5 in that race and 3-5 in the race before. She's 3-1 here. This is the time to play Rougier. Nothing else is really changing in terms of a panic. We're not dropping class. We're staying in a grade 1 when the barn and the owner have multiple horses in here. I'm going to ride with Rougier. Pratt's staying with her. But that said, Bleecker Street demands all the respect in the world too. So, for me, I kind of went back with the price on this.
I really think it is a 2-horse race between the 3 and the 4. And I'm with you. I'm going to stick with Rougier one more time. This is it, though. I got to tell you that right now. Bleecker Street just flies by again. If you remember, you referenced it, the New York, and I kind of brought it up as well. Bleecker Street was 5-2 in that spot, and Rougier was 3-5. And like you said, Rougier just literally spun her wheels the whole time. It was just, you said it. She was not having a good time out there. You're definitely you were right. You're right though. You're going to get a better price here. We thought going into that race, this horse was better. Now, if it was a situation where Bleecker Street wins and Rougier runs second and it was close, you might say, well, Bleecker Street's just a better horse. That was proven. They both fired and Bleecker Street got it done. But the fact that Rougier was 5th in the race just tells me that she, for whatever reason, did not fire whatsoever. I don't think we're putting her back in here if they don't think she's going to bounce back. Chad Brown has 4 horses in the race when you include her. You'd still have 3 if she was out. So to me, it's just like, well, we think she's going to run better. And I think she has to run better than she did last time out. I'm with you. I'm with Rougier. Let's talk about Bleecker Street for a second. It's hard to go against her, though, right? 7 straight wins. This horse is 7 for 7.
Yeah, it's crazy. And if you read the DRF article interviewing Chad Brown about Bleecker Street, he's fully honest. And he says, we bought her as a dirt horse. She hated training on the dirt. We put her on turf to train, and she seemed to like it. But at that point, you see she didn't even debut until August of her 3-year-old year. Chad Brown's got a million great 3-year-old and older turf fillies to worry about. This one, he said, I just kind of brought her along slowly just to see what we had with her. He didn't think he had a grade 1 horse until she got to Tampa as a 4-year-old, and he went, oh, shit, okay, now we got a potential horse here. And then she wins the Modesty with Flavien Prat aboard, and then, steps up to the New York. The price is what's going to keep me from playing her here. I think, you saw Rougier last time out was bet way down to 3-5. But Bleecker Street she literally has done nothing wrong. It's hard to make a case against her here other than price.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with you there. Shortest price on the board, no doubt, and has earned it, and I think will be 6-5. I really don't see her floating up much from that one. Rodney says he likes the 3, meaning Bleecker Street, with Rougier underneath. So kind of on the same thing. Now, Nick Feldman talks about the 6 in Italian being the speed of the speed, and I kind of agree with that comment. I think the horse gets out in front. My problem is the horse has been out in front a couple times and has failed to get the job done. But listen, Regal Glory, pretty good horse. Speak of the Devil, that day was a really, really good horse. So, is this a class drop or is this another one where it's just like, yeah, okay, it's a grade 1. Maybe you're not having the big time like Regal Glory type horses, but you got an undefeated Chad and Rougier. So is it really? I don't know if she gets class relief here.
No, this isn't class relief. It'll be interesting. I like that we're trying a different distance. She's never tried 9 furlongs. She debuted at 8.5 her first 2 starts. But if you look at how she's progressed, she's kind of been her greatest stakes races. She gets brought with another horse. So, Speak of the Devil beats her stablemate at Churchill, and then Regal Glory beats her in the Just a Game. Like, she stepped up to a grade 2. So did Speak of the Devil. That was the better horse. She stepped up to a grade 1. So Regal Glory's at grade 1. Definitely a better horse, right? So she's moving up here, but so are 3 other Chad Browns, and how many of them are better horses overall than her?
Yeah, that's just the problem. I feel like this horse is almost like pigeonholed in a way. In Chad Brown's barn, she's like the 5th or 6th best one of the fillies. In any other barn, she'd be the top horse in the barn, And so she's just kind of in that spot where it's just tough. But she's earned her way here. I mean, she always runs very well in 6 starts, has never missed the board, and has won 3 out of those 6. But I don't know. It's going to be another heavy hitting field here for her. So we'll kind of see what happens. All right, though. But on top, we are going with the 4.
We talked about 5 horses in a 6-horse field. You don't want to talk about the Charlie Appleby horse?
Well, go ahead.
You're going to do that. Are you upset with him that much after last week? He gets second in both the grade 1 races when I had a lot of money on those horses.
I'm really not upset with him because watching those races back, I think the only decision that he made that may have been wrong was the jockey, because he got some horseshit rides, I thought, in both those races. Let's talk about
a recent trend with Frankie Dettori, right?
Now it wasn't good.
Now you see Jamie Spencer shows back up this weekend. Listen, Appleby had those 2 horses in the Belmont Oaks, the Belmont Derby, got second in both of them. I think it was the Belmont Derby horse that he had was I thought was clearly the best horse in that race. In Classic Causeway just had that unbelievable gate to wire trip. So he now drops to 12 for 27 in North American grade 1 races. That's only 44.4%. So I understand if you want to get off of Charlie Appleby now, but one thing I liked about her, Aaron, I watched that Maidon race that she won, the only race she's had so far as a 4-year-old. It's back in February, but I watched her running style, and I think it's going to suit her well here because she likes to sit close, but she's not a need the lead type. I mean, when you're an international horse coming to America and you're a need the lead type, you're kind of screwed because we're faster than you. We might not be better than you, but we're at least faster than you, and we're going to beat you at your own game. She doesn't need that kind of a trip. I think, especially if the 5 helps press, I think she can sit in 4th. She'll have Rougier and Bleecker Street behind her, and I think if Jamie Spencer gets that trip where he is 4th and the 2 big Browns are behind him, keeping an eye on where they're at, he can get first jump on them, and I think she's got that ability to keep out kicking them in the stretch. That race at Maidon in February, every inch of that stretch she had to keep fighting because she was forwardly placed early and horses were running at her, and she just kept grinding and grinding. And because she got that jump on the horses behind her, she got the win. So I'm trying to outline this perfect trip for her, but at 8-1, second longest price, it's Charlie Appleby in a grade 1 race, guys, in America. Like, you gotta at least look at this horse.
I think this horse will probably end up making my ticket for the pick 5 because I think I'm just going to go pretty deep in here. I respect a lot of them. I mean, it's definitely, I think 8-1 is definitely an overreaction. And listen, if you like Rougier, 4 races back, they were basically finished at a blanket finish, and Rougier nosed her out, so to speak. So I get it. I think this horse makes sense. I can't believe I was almost just going to throw her completely out there.
I mean, Appleby even brought, like we talked last time with the Belmont Derby, Belmont Oaks, about how Appleby and Aidan O'Brien know what horses are going to be best suited for America. He already brought her over. He thought this is a horse that's going to be best suited for America. She didn't win, and he brings her back anyway. And that race at Saratoga and the Saratoga Oaks was the better of the 2. So, we're coming back to Saratoga as well. I just didn't want you to pass her over because I'm using her in my pick 4 ticket or pick 5 tickets. So, if she ends up winning, I don't want you getting called out for missing her.
Well, I think that my biggest kind of issue with the horse is she didn't run particularly well in either of those starts in the United States you kind of mentioned. But she runs better overseas than she does over here. I mean, you kind of look at her races leading up to last year when she came over here, should have won, or at least should have, I mean, she hit the board in the Saratoga. She was 4th at the race at Belmont.
Honlima was gate to wire. So you have to scratch that off. So basically she was 2nd in that spot because there's no way she was going to catch Honlima. And Higher Truth is a horse that likes to be forwardly placed. So you had Creative Flair, who was 7th, get up to 3rd, getting on the horses at Saratoga.
This will be a game time decision for me whether I play this horse. It's probably going to depend on what I think of all the other races in the sequence. So, and yeah, Curtis says this is a 6-horse race, 4 Chad Brown horses. What is this, Belmont? I mean, Saratoga has been getting some smaller turf or smaller stakes entries for the last couple of years now. So,
but listen, betting wise, this is a headache for us. We're sitting here trying to parse what these 4 Chad Brown horses are going to do. Hell of a race to watch as a fan, right? How could you not be excited for this kicking off the late pick 4 Saturday?
Yeah, for sure. It's a handicapping puzzle, and I think a lot of people, they see a 5-horse or a 6-horse field in the stakes, and they're like, "Well, what a joke!" And it's like, but you dive into this. This is could go a lot of different ways. I don't think the 5 can win, but I think literally the other 5 minus the 5-horse could win here. So, yeah, I'm with you on that one. And then Curtis makes a point. He's saying I've noticed this on Twitter too. They think that the short fields exist because Finger Lakes and Indiana Grand exist, according to all the people on Twitter. Yeah, I got a chuckle out of that. It's like, yeah, I don't think those horses are the ones that are making these short stakes races. I think there could be other issues involved with that one. So anyway, Twitter has been insufferable.
If I remember correctly who started or who was the big one grandstanding that opinion, it tracks, and I just mute it. Just go away.
I'll repeat it, and not just that subject. That subject actually has been not so bad, but Twitter has been insufferable this week. It has been maybe the worst week ever. I've pretty much quit the app. It is just... Is
it because of all my retweets because of the Detroit Red Wings free agent signings?
No, I would love to see that versus the negativity that's around this game. It's going to be too much, folks, and I would recommend everybody get off of it. To be honest, even though we're on it, I would recommend you to get off of Twitter.
We're on YouTube. Right, that's where we're at, Aaron. We're on YouTube. This is where it's fun.
The YouTube stuff is a lot more fun, I agree, than Twitter, for sure. It's got its fair share of comments, but you can ignore those, and they're kind of the same people every time. Well, I guess Twitter's like that too, but yeah, it's been bad. Yeah, Twitter has been, it's closed down a lot of tracks, and Saratoga sucks, and the Paddock Bar sucks, and the Wilson Shoot sucks, and we've had a girl fight on there between a couple of girls about bagging groceries. That's been horse racing Twitter on the week of Saratoga, so I am going to stay away from that one. So, all right, Magic, do you want to move on to the rapid fire portion of the show?
I'm happy to. Yeah. Which do you want to stay on Saturday or do you want to go back to Friday first?
Well, let's go back to Friday, and I'll pull it up on the screen now, and we will do Friday. So we're going to do rapid fire, and rapid fire this week is presented by the Paddock Bar at Saratoga. Check it out. It is brand new, and you can still walk up and have a drink there. So the Paddock Bar is going to sponsor the show for the rapid fire portion, and as I am just talking and trying to find Friday. Okay, here is Friday at Saratoga. We got a 10 race card, and Magic and I are going to kick off our rapid fire portion of this with race 8. It's the Coronation Cup, $150,000 stakes here at Saratoga. We've got a field of 11. 1 is an MTO, though the 12 is an MTO. So 11 will most likely go. I don't think we will have too bad of a weather, although there was a pop-up shower this morning at Saratoga. But 5.5 furlongs on the turf, field 11. The Breeders' Cup Juvenile Turf Sprint winner is in this race, number 3, Twilight Gleaming. Is that where you're going, or are you going to try to beat Twilight Gleaming in this spot?
I'm going to try to beat her. I think she's going to be bet to and this will be a common refrain for a future race. You have a very big field. You need everything to go right for you. You do not want your hopes and dreams relying on a even money, 6-5, sub-even money horse in an 11-horse field like this. I don't care that it's Wesley Ward. I'm going with the 6 Daring on top. I love Christophe Clement turf sprinting. I think he is as good as anyone in the entire world when it comes to turf sprinters. He's 26% producing winners. Rosario's ridden this horse all but one time. She got a couple of disappointing efforts so far this year. The Limestone was a nice return at Keeneland. Belmont is throwing softly, probably going too far at 7 furlongs. Laurel Park, she was the favorite. Didn't work out for her, but I like the fact that we're turning to Saratoga where she did break her maiden. She's New York bred, so she had to beat New York breds to do it. But, she did win the Woodbine Carry Stakes 2 starts later. And then you look at the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Turf Sprint. Twilight Gleaming ran a great race, getting everything her own way. Darien missed by a length after being last. I talked about how hard it is to work out a trip in a turf sprint and get everything perfect. almost got that done at Del Mar as a 2-year-old. Very impressive effort from her. I think being back at Saratoga, I think she's going to be overlooked here. I think we got a good combination here.
I just couldn't put the horse on top with some of those recent efforts where I just couldn't find too much of an excuse. I thought she should have won a couple of those, but I agree. A classy horse that will have a shot. I can't argue that. Look, I did go Twilight Gleaming on top. I get it. I will probably use 2 or 3 other ones in the pick 5, but I did go with Twilight Gleaming on top. She gets out of Churchill, and I think that's a good thing. That turf was, I should say, just horrible. And I think getting to Saratoga will actually help this horse as well and getting on a good turf course here. Got the win last time out. It wasn't visually impressive. 2 races back, kind of got snuck up on at Keeneland. Probably should have won that race. I'm willing back with Twilight Gleaming one more time here. I think she gets the job done, but I understand if you want to go against, it's very tough. I do want to ask you about another horse in here. I was really interested in the number 11, Empress Tigress. Is that one that you thought about playing?
Excuse me. I looked at her. I wasn't so sure about the draw. I know that each year is different, but statistically, Saratoga turf sprinting was pretty rough for the outside post last year. She's coming in off of just a maiden win on synthetic. I think this is too much too soon for her, but we said that last week, and we were wrong about a horse. So not going to use that too heavily here. But, I mean, I think she's got potential. I just need to see her do it's too much in this spot, I think. I mean, you're facing a Breeders' Cup Turf Sprint winner, a horse that was a head away from being 3rd in that race. This is a big step up.
Yeah, you're talking about Actuator, a horse that went to a maiden and then went right into a stakes and won the Indiana Derby. It also helps when you take out half the field when you break and they don't disqualify you. So, but Actuator does get the job done, and maybe that immaturity was part of the reason that you saw. He breaks and he wipes out 3 or 4 horses and then he lugs out in the stretch. So could be. But yeah, I think Empress Tigress is going to be interesting. It is a bad post though, and that's going to be kind of something that Velasquez is going to have to work out here. So, all right, you went with the 6. I went with the 3. Let's go just a little bit later, as in one race later, race 9 on Friday at Saratoga. It's the Forbidden Apple, a grade 3 race. It is the prep for the 4-star Dave. $175,000 purse. They're going 1 mile on the turf in this spot. You see it on the screen. A field of 12. There is one main track only entry. That horse is Art Collector, and if it comes off, I think Art Collector will be 1-9 in that spot. But I don't think it will come off the turf. Field of 12 here. All right, Magic, lead us off.
If we actually get 7-2 on Mirror Mission, the 3 horse, that might be that's got a good price, I think. A horse who's, his odds have been coming down from where he's been lately, but just has been steadily improving, not necessarily winning every race, but how he's looked while taking on tougher competition. As a 4-year-old, Ian Wilkes has been very good about bringing him along. A horse that I think the pace, the scenario sets up well for him. He likes to sit about 4th or 5th behind the horses and let them run off. And I think there's enough speed in here to let that happen for him. It's a matter of if he's going to be able to hold off a horse like Public Sector, who I always love and is one of those ones that I think maybe you're like me, I still have a hard time kicking him. He is 3 for 3 at Saratoga, so he's going to be on my ticket. He's probably my second choice, but Mirror Mission is 7-2. I think I like him kind of on the improve, whereas Set Piece, I already know where he's at. We're gonna see these two kind of duel it out.
Sorry, Magic. I was celebrating in the background as you were watching because I'm off the duck at Saratoga and on top.
Oh, majority partner won.
Yes.
Nice. Nicely
Finally
done.
off the duck. I had hit the board in all of the races so far, and I was getting very frustrated, and I was getting the thought of I'm going to go 0 for 416 at this meet. It's awful. I hate Saratoga, and it's nice to get your first winner. I'm sad that it took 5 races, but majority partner just wins, and I'm off the duck at Saratoga. So, all right, Magic, I didn't listen to a word you said. Who did you pick again?
Why do I keep coming back to this show? 3 Mirror Mission.
Okay, Mirror Mission. I'm definitely using Mirror Mission in the spot as well. I've got her in 3rd. Did not put her on top. Let's see. 3-4 box. Good start to the pick 3 for Nick Feldman. All right, let's go. I like it. I had I think I had that try straight. I did. Listen, Magic, things are turning around. All right, let's talk about the
Chalk over second favorite over third favorite. I'm very proud of you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate that, Magic, very much. And I know you're being sincere with your comments, and that's why it means a lot to me. So, all right, let's go to the Forbidden Apple here. You kind of talked about, Rougier, and we're going to give her another shot. That's how I feel about Public Sector, the 7 horse. Yep. One more chance, and this is it. Trust me, but one more chance. So this horse, I was very high on her at Churchill Downs. Coming back, kind of reminded me of what they did with domestic spending, and certainly did not replicate that at all. But came out of the race and said, look, he absolutely hated that turf course. It's so bad. Well, that's believable. A lot of horses have hated it, and people for that matter. Comes back in a paceless race last time out in the poker, was up against his stablemate Mason. Probably not as good as that horse. Definitely not as good in a paceless race. Got third, but there was just no way those horses were coming back to him. We've got the pace. There's going to be no excuse. There's tons of speed in this race. He's got to get the job done here. And if he doesn't, I'm done with him forever. But this is his spot to get it done. I think he comes flying. Maybe those 2 races where he loses and he didn't look great, we get that 6-1. Maybe it's not 6-1, but maybe it's 4-1, 5-1. I think it's the spot. One more chance. Loses here, you're dead to me forever.
Yeah, I'm with you. That was the other part of what I had said when you weren't paying attention, was the 7 was my second pick, for the exact reason. Just one more time, I'm going to keep riding this train. Being 3 for 3 at Saratoga, you can't sneeze at that. That is too important to take. There is a shit ton of speed in here. Do you think there's any chance the 9 ends up taking them gate to wire anyway? Because if you were going to look at this race, for a goddamn fact that horse is going. Is anybody going to go with him?
Well, your language is offensive, but I would say that, yeah, the 9 certainly is going to go to the front, and I think he is the speed of the speed. I'm just afraid it's going to be a situation, turn for home. We're on the lead, but they're going to get him late. I do have this horse in 4th. I like this horse. I'm not discounting his chances, but I think it's more of an underneath type. I don't know if he'll be on a pick 5 ticket or not. Still trying to debate that a little bit in my head. In my head, it's a weird conversation, but I don't know if this horse can take him gate to wire. I really don't, but I do think he's going to try. I do think he'll be the one out in front. But you said it. I mean, this race it always is for a grade 3 $175,000 race. This is always a stacked field every year. And I don't think this year's any different. I mean, these horses are good in the spot. You talk about Mere Mission. This is a really good horse. Set Piece. This horse was second in the 4-star Dave last year up here. I mean, Public Sector, Nick pointed out 3-0 at Saratoga, and it's Chad Brown. So lots of angles in here, but that's why I don't think the 9 can quite take him gate to wire.
Oh, that's fair.
Yeah. Well, any other thing you'd like to talk about today?
How about the Sanford Stakes?
Well, yes. I should say any type of thing you would like to talk about right now in this race, or should I move on?
Oh no, in this race, no, I'm good. I think I'm not using Set Piece for me for a pick 5 scenario. You can't use him with Mere Mission, I don't think. He's third off the layoff, and third start in this spot, and it's Brad Cox. Are you probably going to put this horse on a ticket? You think?
Oh yeah, I think Set Piece is gonna be the second most likely winner of the race.
Okay.
You look at this horse. She's ran some banger races, he's ran some banger races. I think we're rounding back into form at the right time. I think Set Piece has got a good shot.
Well, what a grade 3 race, by the way. This is what's great about Saratoga. You look at this field and you're like, this is a grade 3. Okay. Meanwhile, you look at what Del Mar and saying, they need to call it grade 2 or grade 1. You're like,
This is a hell of a race. And you want to know another really good grade 3 race? The Sanford Stakes on Saturday, going 6 furlongs over the dirt at Saratoga, $175,000 purse. And I just got distracted. Hold on. Mike Spector saw Set Piece this morning. I want a report. How is he doing? Let us know. All right, let's talk about the Sanford. Oh, there you go. Mike Spector says, looked great, Magic. It's over. Set Piece, Saratoga Slim. That's the good luck charm. All right, Let's go to the 10th race on Saturday, the Sanford Stakes. It's a full field, too. I love that. A field of 12 runners here. What a race. Todd Pletcher's got a couple in this spot. He won this race last year with Wit. Can he do it again with another short-named horse?
He could. There's another case where I'm going to take a shot against because of the price. And there's just, I talked about the turf sprint. You've got 11 other 2-year-olds. Most of these horses only ever raced one time. Big crowd, Saratoga, lots of hubbub going around. They've got to all walk through the crowds, right, to get through to the paddock and everything. You're just begging for something crazy to happen. And for me, I can't take a horse that's going to be so heavily bet because he's got, I don't know, time for him wise, but buyer wise, he stands out. He got an 81 buyer for that debut win, and that's great. But that's a mark that's kind of hard to match. You've got, again, tough horses in here. The 9 Andiamo of Frenzy is going to be very tough, very well bet. I just think he's going to be too short of a price for me. I'm going with my boy, number 5, Curly Jack. Love this horse. Son of Good Magic, who is off to a fantastic start as a sire so far. 17 starters, 5 wins, and 4 runner-up finishes. So really good effort for the Good Magic genes coming out. Tyler Gaffleone's riding for Tom Amis, and I was like, I don't think this happens very often. 4 for 14 at Saratoga last year, 29%. They do pretty well together. Like I mentioned, being by Good Magic is going to help. That debut, this is something that was kind of with Summer Promise, right? Where Summer Promise broke from the rail, wasn't the sharpest, and had to kind of rush up, and then she settled when she was asked and drew away when she was asked. Same thing happened with Curly Jack if you watch his debut. And as fast as he is, he's got a super high time form rating, and yet there's a lot of speed in here, a lot of cheap 2-year-old speed. I think that the way we saw him react to breaking a little slow and being asked to rush up and then being asked to settle, Aaron, I think this is a pretty tactical horse. If he breaks just a slightly cleaner, or at least comes out of there not dead last in this field, I think that he's going to be able to get in a good position. And you're giving me 6-1. I love this. I love that I've got a Good Magic son in the Sanford, and I'm going to get him at 6-1.
I almost picked this horse. I like Curly Jack a lot here. I think it was Curtis, your twin Curtis here, said Tom Amis top winning percentage right now for 2-year-olds. He's doing fantastic. He did great at Churchill Downs. I should say this is a new challenge. We're going to go up to Stakes Company here, and of course your maiden special weight runners that you still have left are going to have to face tougher company here at Saratoga, but he's doing great, and I think he's set for a pretty good meet. I like Curly Jack, but I'm with Nick. I can't get away from Forte. I thought this horse was fantastic on debut. He absolutely crushed that field at Belmont Park. And, you know, he kind of, I mean, he wasn't like out of the clouds, but he kind of sat off for a little while. He didn't have to be rushed up to the lead to get the job done, and he bounced out of there and just dominated once he got clear. I can't go away from him. He reminds me a little bit of Witt, only I think he breaks a little better from the gate than he did at this time last year. I'm going Forte on Top Magic. I can't go against him. I will have Curly Jack in there. I like Curly Jack in second as well. Is there any other horse in this race that you kind of are looking forward to seeing?
Oh, we've got to talk about the 2 Major Dude. This is one of the original stars of the Saratoga Slim Backside vlogs, which if you're not watching them at youtube.com/racingdudes, you should. They're fantastic. He's getting lots of behind-the-scenes info on the horses, including Major Dude. He actually got to interview Todd Pletcher and ask him about this horse, specifically about the debut that he had at Monmouth Park. People would look at this and they'd go, well, I don't know, you debuted the horse at Monmouth. Well, it was a Haskell preview day. It wasn't just any day at Monmouth. It was a bigger day. I don't know what his time form is, Aaron. He's got a 59 buyer. Don't look at that compared to this. They're 2-year-olds. They're going to make a second start. If he jumped 20, 30, 20, 25 points and had a big race here, it's not going to be a big shock. Bull Toro has been super red hot as a sire. John Velasquez went to Monmouth to ride this horse along with the other ones on Haskell Preview Day. But the way in which he ran, he had to split horses. And if you don't know, a 2-year-old that's never raced before, being asked to go between a small little gap between 2 horses faster than them, they don't usually like to do that, and they don't respond well. This horse was so professional. He flew through there. The final furlong was 12-1 under hand urging. So I think that this horse, I think this is easily a 2-turn horse, like looking farther down the road. I love this horse in this spot at 10-1, Aaron.
Yeah, I'm with you. And I'm the one thing I want to point out, and you said it, and I'll kind of reiterate what you said. Do not judge 2-year-olds by their opening buyers or speed figures of any kind. They usually improve in their next start. They're very young horses that are developing, and we've seen Todd Pletcher do this with horses before. Don't discredit the fact that horses break their maiden at Monmouth for a guy like Pletcher. He preps them at Monmouth at times for these big races, and the reason being is there's not enough maiden special weights for the number of horses that he has that he's trying to get ready for Saratoga. He just found the right race at the right time. Timing is a big part of it too for Major Dude. I'm with you. I'm going to have the horse underneath. I do think Forte is just a little bit better horse for the Pletcher barn, but Major Dude would certainly be one that I would find interesting. Look at this. We've got a guest that just popped in. Saratoga Slim himself is here. Slim, what's up?
I had to come on to talk about my guy, Major Dude. So, yeah, I mean, Magic said it. This horse, split horse, is 10-1. I love the Pletcher Exacta here with Forte. And I guess if you like Curly Jack, Amos is always good with those young horses, especially early at the meet. Amos always does good right out the box. So you got to like Amos in the spot with the two Pletchers. Maybe that's the try box. Hit him up. And I also saw Bobby O coming out of the paddock. He's the half brother to Papa Cap. He was on his toes coming out of there. I was talking to the hot walker or the assistant trainer that works at Mark Cassidy. They're really high on the horse. So Papa Cap, that horse is good. Scat Daddy as the grandsire, and he's also a Boltior or Bobio. So Boltior right out the box. Got two big ones in this Sanford.
See, this is why we have Saratoga Slim. He's the eyes on the track. He's right there live. Listen, where are you? Why aren't you at the track right now?
Oh, I had to pick up. I got kids, and you know how it is. But I will be there tomorrow. I got hit me up. I will be there in the Turf Terrace tomorrow. So the Forbidden Apple is going to be awesome. I did see Set Piece earlier today coming back from the paddock schooling in front of the Brad Cox barn. Looked really good, as Magic said, second in the 4-star Dave. So you're always looking for that angle. I'm, horse for course up here is I don't know, maybe just because I'm so biased I'm here, but I always feel like Saratoga horse for course is a really important angle. If the horses run good here before, I'm very interested.
Yeah, it's definitely it's a different track than what they're used to running on, especially from Belmont. This place is a hell of a lot different from Belmont Park. We've talked about that a lot before. Listen, dude, you've been everywhere. You've been on Jason Beam. I mean, you're all over YouTube. You're a big star now. I mean, I'm just worried that the celebrity status might go to your head. Are you gonna? When I'm up there, are we gonna hang out, or are you too big now?
Dude, I got crazy travel plans, but I will hopefully see you next weekend. I'm trying. My big thing right now is I'm trying to get D. Wayne Lucas, and I talked to the director of communications for Naira. They're supposedly going to set me up, and I'm thinking I got to talk to Magic about this, but I got to do like a Lucas Saratoga like documentary or something.
Oh, that would be cool. That would be very cool.
That's the plan. I got to win that Eclipse Award. You know what I'm saying?
You've already won it for writing. You've got to get it for the video side now.
Yeah.
Well, I haven't won it for writing, but they always screwed me. I always put these amazing stories in, and they would always screw me. I always had these interviews with Riley Mott and his father and about the kinship, and I sent that in for Eclipse. I didn't win. I'm like, what the hell do I got to do here? But I'm going to win the Eclipse, hopefully, for this D. Wayne Lucas documentary. So we're going to be working on that this summer, and the vlog has been doing great. I went to go see the Brad Cox barn today. I got a video of Monteria dreaming about winning the test. I got Set Piece, a big surprise. Arklow. I haven't told you this, Aaron. Arklow is here.
No.
Arklow is back.
Oh, God.
8 years old. I was like, this horse retired. No way. So Arklow may run this summer at Saratoga. So that was crazy. So he's in that video. And I went to see Asmussen. And, man, I saw Jackie's Warrior, Epicenter. Echo Zulu is up here. So we might get that Materea Echo Zulu. So I saw both of them this morning. So I got good footage of all of them. Are you guys done with the show? I think this was the last rapid.
Yeah, this was it. This was it. Okay, yeah. Cool. Now it's the Saratoga Slim interview.
I wanted to come in and say hi. I'll see everyone at the track tomorrow. Hopefully, it's gonna be just literally, go into the meet. I actually did like a Saratoga meet preview, and I wasn't able to post it in time. But really, the key thing about the meet is go into it with how much money you think you're willing to lose. I know it's a horrible way to think, but say for me, I'd be totally transparent. I go in with $1,000 and I say, that's it. If I lose it, I had a fun summer. So that's what I'm willing to put in. And I take that $1,000 and I say, where am I going to hit my big ones. And I know Major Dude's going to get a nice $20 win bet tomorrow. So, if he wins and I don't have $20 on it, I'll be really angry at 10-1, and I'll have some exactas. So that's really my shot there. 12 horse Sanford. It's going to be amazing prices. So pick your spots. Just because there's a 6 horse Diana and you don't want to bet it, then don't bet it. There's going to be plenty opportunities this summer. And there's some really nice races today, tomorrow, and Forbidden Apple, great betting race. If you get the trifecta in the Forbidden Apple, you'll be good. I'm sure it's going to pay at least $300, $400 for a buck or buck or two. So just don't don't be upset about races. There's going to be opportunities. Great betting races up here. Great opportunities. Again, 8-1, 6-1 short. I was even talking to Vinny. Vinny was my cameraman this morning. So look for those opportunities. If you like a horse that came out of Churchill or, these weird tracks, Churchill's not a weird track, but some of these weird tracks, Finger Lakes.
It's a little weird.
I've hit horses out of Finger Lakes. It's crazy, and that's really, you got to pick your spots. You don't have to bet every race. Just pick your spots, guys.
Yeah, no, I agree. We're definitely in the same idea mindset when it comes to that. Last year they ran 416 races up here, so there's going to be plenty of opportunities here the next 6.5, 7 weeks. Like I said, pick your spots and play smart. One last question. I saw that you got us press passes. I just want to know, how did you pull this off?
I got 3 press passes for the dudes.
How did you do it?
Because they love me. Naira loves me.
Did you literally just walk up and?
I love Naira. They love me. They know. And even today, like, I went in to Asmussen Barn, and I went in without asking them, and they're like, "Why are you going in without telling us? We're cool with you." I'm like, everyone's cool with me, but like, I just gotta ask permission more often, I think. So I'm trying to be nice to everyone, and it seems to be working.
Well, you haven't been kicked out yet, and that's great. I just want to know, what did you say to get the passes? Did you just walk up and say, "Hey, I need 3 passes"?
They know that we get passes every year. So so we're good to go with the press passes. Samich is there today. I got to send him a note to get me. This is the thing. We should get video. I'm doing a production meeting on Blinkers Off, but let's get good videos all summer of the horses and use them for the for the videos. YouTube. People want to see these horses schooling in the paddock and stuff like that. So it's going to be really cool. I'll try to get you guys some of that video, or who's ever up there. Use the press pass to get a YouTube looking great. So I do want to tell everybody one thing before I go. I am going to have a video about Best. On a serious note, the backstretch workers are the foundation of our game. I'm looking to do a fundraiser. I am doing a fundraiser. I'm not looking. I am doing a fundraiser where, if you email me your receipt for the Backstretch Employees Services team, it's Best. We're going to be sending out the website once we send out the vlog. If you send me your receipt, $25, each $25 you spend, you get a raffle. Okay? And if you spend $100, you get 5 raffles. So buy 4, get 1 free kind of thing. So if you donate $100, you'll get 4 raffles. You'll get 5 raffles. I don't even know the own rules. And on top of that, yes. So this is a picture of me in front of the foundation of the new health clinic that Best is opening for the backstretch workers. The great Mary Lou Whitney donated this through John Hendrickson. So she's still doing amazing things, even though after she passed on. And this will be a healthcare facility. The first time it's going to be revolutionary for backstretch workers, that no other track has done this before. So we're going to follow that, and obviously we'll have a video out with the executive director of Best and how they help the backstretch workers, which is the foundation of the game. Keeping them healthy is important, obviously, with COVID. So we want to make sure we have a strong backside at Saratoga and have a great summer of racing. So this is the way that I hope people will be able to help. So we're going to be sending out more information, how to help, and also what the raffle tickets will get you. We're going to be reaching out to some of the clothes companies to do different gift cards and stuff as some of the raffle prizes. So that's about it.
That's awesome. Go Magic. What do you got us? So you're muted there. What do you got us?
Sorry, no, I was trying to pull up this. I thought it was gonna be photos of more photos, but it was just a story about the. They just yesterday had the ceremonial event for the groundbreaking event. So Slim was there this morning getting
cool.
First look at. Yeah. Now, Slim, did you get okay from Naira for us to put this photo up? Because I know that it isn't finished. Is it okay that that photo's up there? I just want to make sure we
I'm
don't
done.
get demonetized
Hey,
on our channel or something.
That was just, if you don't, that's a real inside joke with this. But dude, you just made my day with that joke, Magic. Oh,
Magic. He walked up and they gave us 3 passes today. So let's Naira's great and they're great and they do a great job, and that was Slim's fault for showing the paddock before. If Slim can walk up and they give us 3 passes, then it's all forgiven.
No, Naira's really cool with us, and we're gonna give you guys great footage, great content of Saratoga all season long, and all just great picks all summer long with these guys. So follow us. I'm out. Much love. I'll see you next weekend, Aaron.
All right, sounds good, buddy. We'll see
man.
you soon.
Take care, bud.
Thanks, Slim.
Well, there it is, the world famous Saratoga Slim dropping in, saying hi to everybody. And I think I was going to do like a little meet preview, but I think that's good right there. I think that'll do it for us. So,
yeah. Well, hey, before we get out of here, Curtis wants to know if anybody else is on the 9 in race 6 at Saratoga.
The 9. Let's see. It sounded like Borat. Nice.
Oh, it's King Moon Racer. I remember this.
I'm on the 9. I've got about 5 or 6 horses here. I went very deep in this spot, but I am on the 9. I put the 2 on top, actually, who's 8-1 on off a 10-1 morning lineup. I do like the 2 a little bit, but yes, I do like the 9 a bit as well. So this is a wide open race, and they're walking to the post. So let's go.
I've got him on 6 minutes to post. Am I behind?
I'm sorry. They're walking to the track. My bad.
Oh, okay. I was like,
sorry.
My internet's always screwy. So, yeah. Let's see how things go out here. Hey, we're not going to be on air for the Wilton Stakes race 7. So for the folks who are sticking around live, who's your pick in race 7 as well?
God, what a wide open race. I think this is. It's a lot of fun. I went with the class. I went with number 1, Goddess of Fire. Really interested to see how that race plays out, though, and how it shapes up. I like the 2 quite a bit. I like the 7 quite a bit. So I certainly think that's a wide open race. I went Goddess of Fire. How about you?
I went with the 4, Angitude. I was trying to remember the name. I think that this is, from a pace perspective, I think she's easily the fastest in the field. It's a question of can she handle the 1-turn mile, but I think that she's going to be able to go gate to wire here. She is by Violence out of a City Zip mare, so that tells me a 1-turn mile should be within her realm. I wouldn't go any farther than this with her right now. But, if you scratch off that sloppy track effort when she completely bombed, she's got 2 good efforts on the page there. And
yeah, no, I agree. I had that horse on a ticket. I ended up, that's the last one I took off for that race. So probably be a winner. So make sure to single that horse.
it's my pick. And if you've been watching how I've been doing on Dudes Who Bet Daily, I'm literally poisoned right now. So
that's true. Yeah.
I'm so poisonous that the leading scorer for Major League Soccer scratched out of the game after he heard that I picked them.
You had to get 3 combined goals last night, and you got 1.
Yeah,
not good.
No.
Final question: are we all single to D Wayne today in the 9th? I am single to D Wayne in the 9th. What about you?
I did not. I don't remember off the top of my head. Who did I roll? It wasn't just Cindy. Who was it? It's the Me and My Shadow. Cassie's got 3 in here. He's going to keep Janis Joplin in. Interesting. Me and My Shadow, I thought was the only other one really to use here. But that's if, in case, something wacky happens with the coach's filly. But she definitely was the top pick. You did a fantastic job outlining that too in the preview.
She should win the race. If I would have told myself even 5 months ago that on opening day I would be singled in a stakes to Dwayne Lucas on opening day of Saratoga, I would have been like, you're nuts. Let's not forget, Dwayne Lucas didn't even show up the last 2 years at Saratoga. 1 year, it was the COVID year, and he didn't want to travel. And then the next year, he just didn't have the horses. But now he's there with 16 stalls, Secret Oath, of course. And then the filly is going to run here today. Is going to be a big one. Let's see if she can get the job done. The 9 in the 9th. How could you go wrong with the 9 in the 9th, right, Magic?
Hey, I mean, unless you went with the 6 in the 9th. But I would say, I also want to say the overnights for Sunday at Saratoga just came out, so we should get out of here because we got to do some handicapping, boy.
Hold on. I want to read. Let's read off the stakes real quick. I had an eye on that, and they weren't out the last I checked. Hold on.
Is it the quick call stakes? No, that was last week that didn't fill at Belmont.
What do we have?
Oh, it is the quick call stakes.
Is that the only one? Yeah.
They just have one on Sunday.
Okay, well that's not.
Hey, my boy Run Curtis Run is back.
Yeah, so the quick call stakes, it is a grade 3. Let's see, 5.5 furlongs for 3-year-olds. Sky and Sand, Surprise Boss, Run, Curtis Run, No Balls, Dance Code, One Timer, Asymmetric, and Big Invasion.
Isn't No Balls the horse that went to Santa Anita or whatever and won the turf sprints last year
No
for
Balls.
Ravelli?
Yeah, he's kind of been everywhere. It seems like he was at maybe Turfway last time or a couple times back. Yeah, he's been everywhere.
It's gonna be a fun field. 3-year-olds going 5.5 on the turf there.
Yes, could be very fun. So old No Balls.
And yes, he is a gelding. If you were wondering, he literally is a gelding. So
yes, I love it. I love it. Well, Magic, here's the deal. We're ending this show. I'm packing up the car, getting the dog, getting the cat, getting the wife, putting them all in the car. I'm heading north to Saratoga, and we're not stopping until we get there. So we will be there. If we get off at, say, 4 o'clock, we will get to Plattsburgh, our final destination, at probably 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. So that's the plan. Wish me luck.
I wish your wife luck.
Yeah, the wife is the one that does need the luck. You're right. Me and a dog and a cat, she's going to be pulling her hair out by the time we get there.
Who does? I got some questions road trip wise. So driving wise, do you split it 50-50? Does one of you do more than the other?
It'll be 90-10 me.
Okay.
She will jump in when I have to upload all the tracks for tomorrow. So, I'll upload Saturdays tomorrow. So what happens is I got them all done, but I can't upload them until the morning. So she'll take over. I'll upload. I'll do scratches. Make sure everything's good to go for the day, and then I'll take us the rest of the way there. So yeah,
you don't sleep at all. You don't let her take over to sleep.
This is going to be a challenge because driving through the night, I know I'm going to get pretty tired. Might have to take over early in the morning and let me sleep for a few hours. Yeah.
Okay. But who controls the radio?
I usually control that. The driver controls the radio.
Okay.
Anything else?
I'm trying to think of how to phrase this nicely. What is Heather getting out of this? All I hear is just Aaron runs the road trip. Is Heather just she just likes to sit back and?
Well, Heather likes to keep an eye on the animals, so she'll be doing that.
Okay.
And she'll get to sleep throughout the night because she's going to have to be ready to drive when I need to upload those tracks tomorrow. That's all I worry about is the website. So I told her, we'll leave. You got to be ready. So for that.
I forgot about that. We'll bring it back to this and we'll get out of here. Slim interviewed Christophe Clement, but he has Big Invasion in the quick call, and Clement was very, very high on Big Invasion this summer at Saratoga. So Slim says Pound Town on Big Invasion Sunday in the quick call stakes.
All right. Well, we'll do it. We'll do it just for you, Slimmy. Big Invasion. We're going to do it for the Slimster.
Here we go. Yeah. Do we stay on for this race now because they're going to the gate?
Yeah, well, hell, we might as well stay on for the race. We're going to be here all day, folks. They're getting ready to go to the post, the 6th race. Little bonus for the live viewers here.
There you go. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Jared cut this off about 10 minutes ago for the podcast.
Yeah. Let's see. I'm replying to somebody.
You're fine.
Okay. So field of 11, we got a lot of different ways. I like the 2 who's now 10-1. I just feel like might be the speed of the speed, gets on the turf and likes it and gets out in the front. Maybe he can kind of take him gate to wire here. Who did you like on top?
I went with the Wesley Ward horse, the 4s, 2-1, probably going to be about 9-5 or so when they break. Usually I don't like Wesley Ward horses when they're claimer, starter, allowance, but this is a horse that's always been in that position. So, he's not running for a tag this time. I'm going to use him. I think that he's improving, but you do have a 3-year-old taking on tougher horses and fast horses.
Yeah.
I liked the 5 as well a little bit.
Yeah, I do too. I went 2, 4, 5, 8, 9, 10. So I do not trust anybody in this race. That's kind of when you're going to roll the dice with Dwayne in a single, if you're lucky enough to get that home, well, then you need coverage, and you might as well have it in these other races. So
speaking of Dwayne, he's got the 7 in here, cold as hell.
Yeah, cold as hell. It'd be funny if cold as hell wins, and then the single that everybody's got doesn't in the next, or in the 9th, I should say.
I don't know how funny they'd all find it.
Well, no, it wouldn't be funny. Let me rephrase that. So.
Man, I was thinking about it. Frost did not good on turf as a sire. 9% sprinting, 6% routing.
Yeah, it feels like he just this was just let's throw it in here and hope. A horse has not even done much on the turf either, but really hasn't done much, period. Hasn't won since May of 2021.
And what are the chances Dwayne rolls him back in about a week or two?
100%, 100%. And it'll probably be 20K level, and it'll look a lot better. He does that a lot. So seriously, you might keep an eye on that. All right.
Oh,
here we go.
and he owns the horse too. I didn't realize that.
Does he?
His horse.
I don't think he used to. He does. Interesting. You did get Johnny Vita right. That's a good sign. So,
yeah.
All right. Field 11. They're all in line.
Come on. Almost. There they go. The 11's ass kept sticking out sideways. Didn't want to go in.
All right. Here we go. Break. We got to get off here. Let's go. Good break for everybody. There's your 4 out to the front. There's my 2 in second, third.
Yeah.
Who's on the outside? Who's that horse? The 5?
5, yeah.
Yep.
Another speed horse.
I think my 2's screwed. I think your 5. The 5 looks good.
4's backing up already. That's not a good sign.
No.
That's not what you want your 9-5 favorite to look like.
No, did not run very well. Unless he re-rallies somehow.
I mean, maybe he just took back because they went sub 22, and these are claimer horses.
Oh, 2's range it up. Come on, 2. Give me a thrill at least here.
Ooh, the 4 kind of.
The 4's coming back.
Yeah.
The
3. The 3's moving nice. The 9's moving on the outside there.
The 9.
Well, the 3 found a hole.
Oh, God, the 3's 43 to 1. Oh, my gosh. The Ward horse is trying to re-rally on this 3.
The 3 got it.
Desperately close.
3 got it.
The 3 wins at 43 to 1.
Who was
and
that?
everybody's out.
Well, horse cut back to 5.5. Seems like that was the right move, I guess. This is, we didn't talk about it with the 2-year-old races. I really don't like horses that James Chapman brings places like to big tracks. And if he's had his hands on a horse before, I don't usually like them when they're moving on from there. It's just, yeah, I couldn't have gotten to this horse.
No, I couldn't have either. A shocker. I mean, a shocker in this spot. But it seems like they all just kind of ran in place because the 4 who was fading then re-rallies.
I mean, a hell of a ride from Junior Alvarado to find that hole and get the horse to go through.
Yeah, absolutely. God.
Compare that with what Joel Rosario did in race 3 and slightly different, or race 4, I should say, slightly different.
I can't get mad about that one. There's no way I could have gotten to it.
Oh, well, that's Saratoga. We'll see you next time.
That's right. Yeah, I hate this place. Why do they open it? Okay, guys, we're out of here now. Bad taste in our mouth now. Late pick 4 coming up next at Saratoga. Good luck, everybody. All right, guys, we're going to get out. We will see you. Let's see. There's shit going on tomorrow. Tournament show. Oh,
yeah, we got the live tournament show tomorrow from that'll be from 4:30 to 5:30 Central. And that'll be covering Saratoga's last 2 races, 9 to 10. If you haven't yet signed up, it's only $10 for Racing Dude subscribers, and you get to compete against us. $150 in horse tourney site credit and some cash on the line as well. So join us there.
All right, guys, everybody have fun. Everybody, like I said, join in. If you're a subscriber, make sure to join the tournament tomorrow. It's going to be fun, and we'll be doing Saratoga on the tournament, so that'll be a lot of fun as well. All right, guys, we're getting out of here. We've jinxed it with the 43 to 1 shot, and we're going to leave you all by yourself now. So we'll catch you guys next time. Thanks for watching.